Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here, and today we're here to talk about the Spark Headlamp by Vaunt. So stay tuned. Okay guys, let's just go ahead and jump into this and let me tell you about my experience with it, what I think about it, what I recommend it, all that kind of stuff. But I definitely want to encourage you to stick around to the end because I got a little surprise for you. Alright, so headlamps. If you don't currently carry a headlamp or use one, I highly recommend doing it. These things are amazing because it helps you be able to light your way or look for stuff, all that kind of stuff, but be hands-free doing it, right? They are enormously helpful, right? So this one right here, I have come to really love it. Now, I will say this right out front, that the company contacted me and asked if I wanted to review it. I checked out the site and stuff. I really like the idea of it, so I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So what you have here is you have a white light and red light headlamp with, I think, 7 modes total. You're going to have 4 in the white mode and 3 in the red. Going to get to why I like this so much, but let's just go ahead and run through it real first. First off, start off, you have a low, medium, and high. Then strobe warning, you have a strobe. These are good for multiple purposes. I would say a couple main ones that I would use a strobe on a headlamp for would be someone, you're in distress and you need someone to find you, so you can put this on your head, and as you're walking around, when people see that, they know kind of something's up. Or if you're broke down on the side of the road, you could sit this in the rear windshield of your car or on top of it, or whichever way traffic is facing, just so people will know that you're there. So kind of helpful in multiple ways. But if you just hold this little button down right here, and you get the red light. Now, red light is good because, especially for me, I just started hunting last year. And so when you're hiking out in the dark, to get to your spot, your sitting location, this is a great way to be able to see where you're going, but not shed a whole lot of light in the surrounding area, so you don't wake things up and or scare things off, right? So you have that. What was the other 2 modes it has here on the box? Oh, SOS mode. Oh wait. And then you have a flashing mode with this as well, or strobe mode. Now, I don't really see a need as much for a strobe mode with red light, other than if you're wanting to signal someone nearby without letting a whole bunch of people know. It could definitely come in handy for that. So if you're in one sitting spot and you need, let's just say you're in a hunting situation and you need to get the attention of a buddy that's nearby, you could put that on and give him a chance to see it, knows obviously that you're needing to be contacted, but without letting a whole bunch of other people know. So red light is great also for reading a map, reading a book at night or anything like that, and not have to worry about losing your night vision, because the white light is going to typically blow that out, right? It will adjust, as you can see here. So depending on how you're wearing it, typically I'm always wearing a hat, but you can still lean it forward, right? A lot of times what I do when I'm out in the woods, since I'm even wearing a hat at night, I'll just turn the hat around backwards. That way, if I need to angle it down, I can see what's here in front of me a lot easier. So you got a good amount of angle there. It is very lightweight. I'll put the weight in the description below, because I can't remember it right off the top of my head. But I mean, these things have been awesome, but like, let me tell you what I really like about it. So let's just say if you're wanting to switch modes and you're already in red, you just hold the button down and it switches over. Now, every other headlamp I've ever owned, I'm almost 100% certain, in order to turn it off, you have to keep flipping through every mode that it has until it cuts off. Almost every one, I'm almost positive. This one, if you just leave it on a certain mode for a while, one click and you're off. I love that because, and here's the main reason why. Let's say you had it on its lowest mode because you're hiking around at night, you're looking for something, firewood, whatever it is, going to the bathroom. You didn't want to blow out your night vision, but then in order to turn it off, you have to cycle through all the modes, and now you're getting to the highest mode, a strobe mode, and boom, your night vision is done. So this way, you can avoid that by just keeping it on that mode for just a little bit. If you start clicking faster, it's just going to run through the modes. But if you just wait a little bit, one click. I love that. Because I mean, I never thought about it until I started using this one. To me, how much more sense it made to do this, and now it's kind of a standard that I'm going to be using moving forward with headlamps, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have a low mode to save your night vision if you have to go through all the way through the high mode just to turn it off, right? So, great feature there. I love the fact that it's red and white light, because now that I'm hunting I still camp and backpack, all that kind of stuff. Red lights are just good to be able to read and all that kind of stuff. But I got a new purpose for it now. Now here's what's really cool. When you buy it, you get two. Now the only downside is they do not come with any batteries, and it does require AAA batteries. But what I did is I just go out and buy the Antelope, because these batteries, there's a Pro version as well, but these can be recharged 2,100 times. Definitely a little more expensive than regular AAA batteries, but with the longevity you get out of them, the amount of recharges, it's mind-boggling. So definitely worth it. Highly recommend it if you're going to get rechargeable batteries that are not like an 18650 or something. Get Antelope. So as you see here, so in the box you're just going to get two. What I've done is, like, I'll just leave one in my car, leave one in a bag. You can leave one in a house. Heck, at the price these go for, you could buy like 3 or 4 boxes of them and keep them in everybody's car and a couple different rooms in the house, or a couple different packs, right? Because this way, you always have a source of light. And like I said, when it comes to a headlamp, they are extremely useful. I take one every time I go out in the woods, and I still even use them around the house every now and then. Oh wait, let's say here, it does have the weight on here. It's 45.5 grams. I have no idea what that is in ounces. I'll have to look that up, and I'll annotate it down below. It goes up to 200 lumens. So once again, if you've been watching any of my flashlight reviews, I'll always say 200 lumens is all you will ever need. If you can get more, great, especially if you're not breaking the bank doing it, but 200 lumens is plenty of light when you're in the outdoors. It is IPX5 waterproof, so that way it's definitely going to be okay in the rain. Don't submerge it, but you're going to be good in most of your situations when you're outdoors. And let's see, up to 1.2 meters shockproof. So once again, if you know me, I tend to break a lot of things, so having something that is drop proof, at least from that height, is good enough and very helpful for me. All right, now obviously it's daytime. I cannot demo this now to give you the true effect of how good the light really is. But what I did do is, last time I was out camping, I filmed it while I was out there to give you the real effect out in the woods, so you can see what it would be like for you. So we'll cut to that, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so testing out this headlamp. This is the low mode. Yes, I'm moving my head around. Pretty good range, definitely a good flood. Which, with the headlamp, you're typically going to want a flood and not a huge amount of throw. But this is low. See, if you wait, it just turns off, so you don't have to cycle through all the modes. I love that, but that's low, medium, high. Like I said before, I think this is 200 lumens. And I always say in my flashlight reviews, 200 is all that I would say, need. And I always just say need because once your eyes have adjusted to the dark, this really lights up this area. So if you're night hiking, looking for anything, around camp, doing one thing or another, doesn't really matter, you're going to be able to see everything you need to quite well. I'll walk around a little bit out here. Now, cameras never really do flashlights justice, so if you've ever watched any other flashlight reviews, I think you'll probably hear people say that a lot because they just don't. But I'm telling you, I can see for a pretty long distance. really, really good. It just tilts, so it is adjustable. And it's probably going to turn off, but then strobe warning when I cycle through, when I get to the last cycle, there is a strobe. I will point it at the ground. So low, medium, high, strobe. So if you want that function, you got it. When you start over, it always starts back in the low mode. I do like that. If it's not going to have a memory function, and I'm not real picky about that with flashlights, them having a memory function. But if it's going to start off, I like it to start off in the low, because that way you're not, you know, in pitch black, turn on your flashlight and blind you and everyone else around you potentially. So just something to think about. Now, I think it's if you just hold it down, you get the red. The SOS. And strobe-ish. But so just those three again. Now, obviously with the red, you don't get a long distance out of your beam, I guess you could say. You're really just getting a short, immediate area, but that's kind of the whole point, is you don't want other people to see the light, or animals if you're out looking for food. So it is very helpful if you were reading something. You're not going to lose your night vision because it's not too bright, but it's definitely plenty enough to read by. So, man, I've been impressed by this thing. It's quite awesome. But the kind of, hold on a second. All right, so for this one, if you are in the red light mode and you want to get out of the red light mode, some flashlights or headlamps have two different buttons to function to two different lights. This one does not, it just uses the same button. But this one, if you just hold it down, it switches. So that way, if you're already in one mode, you can get to the next mode just by holding the button down and keeping it until the next one comes on. So, I mean, even on the low modes, I forget what they are. I'll have to look it up and I'll annotate it. But the low and medium, I forget what they are. They're still plenty bright. You still get to see a very good area at a very good distance. And do whatever it is you need to get done. It's pretty impressive. All right, guys. Alright, so there we go. Now you get a good chance to see how effective the light is, and I would say very effective. I love it. And now, here's a surprise. They're going to be giving away one set of these to one lucky winner. Right? This is going to be the first giveaway I've ever done. And there's a reason for that I've not done giveaways in the past, but we'll get to that later. So, all you're going to have to do, and this is going to be really simple, just in the comments below, type in, like, and share the video, right? Pretty simple, no hoops to really jump through or anything like that. Just, and I don't care where you share it. If you share it on YouTube, awesome. If you share it on your other social media, that's great. But that's just all I ask. Once I pick the winner, I'm gonna wait probably 2 weeks just to give the most amount of people a chance to see this. So get out there and share it, because these are 100% worth it. If you don't want to wait for the giveaway, there's going to be a coupon code. I believe it's going to be like 10% off on everything on the site. If it's wrong, I'll look at the email again and then we'll correct it. But I do believe it's 10% off on everything site-wide, not just these alone. And they got some cool products, so you're definitely going to want to check them out. All right, guys. In the meantime, be prepared, have fun, get in on the giveaway, and check out the Spark Headlamp by Vaught. I think you're going to love it as much as I do.